Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review The Climb. And this is an indie film that had popped up on the scene in 2019 when it came to the festival seasons and stuff like that, and then got delayed through 2020 and finally released in the fall, and now it's on VOD, so I finally got to catch it, and I was so happy that I did because I remember watching the trailer for this and being sold immediately by the absurdity of the situation. Like, this is based off of the short film about two friends on a bike ride up a mountain, and the one friend's like, I slept with your fiance. And then the hilarious physicality of that sequence and like the opening sequence of this feature-length version of The Climb is so much fun. And it's funny and dramatic, and it works so well. It uses great sight gags. It uses the exhausted interactions of these two men trying to ride this bike, and some of the condescendingness of like, oh, you're really doing a good job, as like the one friend who got cheated on is trying to catch up to the other friend, and all those little details. And then you expand this film, the film feels very episodic, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. It's taking you through jumping time points in the lives of these two men. And you have these two men played by Michelangelo Covino and Kyle Marvin playing Mike and Kyle. And they both wrote the film, and Covino directed the film. And there is a lot of great work in terms of direction and cinematography from Zach Cooperstein, and just Covino is able to capture so much in these long tracking takes, these long takes, just the whole opening sequence of watching them on these bikes. And there's a richness to the lighting and the framing of each and every shot in this film. And it's not something complicated. It's just you feel really engrossed in it. And this is such an oddball script. And Covino and Marvin do such a great job of capturing so many great aspects of life and like the funny awkward moments, the awkward moments in this film, and like the strange eccentricities of just people. And there's one particular scene where Kyle's slimmed down from the last time, like that last time section that we saw of him, and he's doing this really awkward, like trying to be seductive dance to his fiance of the time, who's played by Gail Rankin, who's so great in Glow, and she's great in this film. She has a lot of presence. She's darkly funny. She's intense and brings a different level to this. And then you have like Kyle Marvin, who's he's more subtle in what he's doing, and he has a vulnerability about him. And then you have Covino, who's just off the wall and just has such an interesting dynamic with everybody, this condescending just attitude about things that come off so insecure and awkward. And just their interactions throughout this whole film is so great. And the story takes you on a journey through these two men's lives, and you hit some really impressive moments with some absurdist comedy and some just raw emotions as well, and some serious discomfort in relationships, whether they're friendships or romantic relationships. And this film is really just a collection of times in the lives of these two men, and they work so smoothly together because there's such a well-achieved, consistent tone throughout the film, and that works so well to deliver what this film's trying to accomplish. And I laughed, I got emotional, and I got invested. And over the course of the film, Kyle's really the more sympathetic character, where Mike's just kind of an asshole. But he's our asshole. He's Kyle's asshole. And you see the relationships that they have morph and evolve and come to some great set pieces. And each set piece has plenty of humor and uncomfortable just awkwardness about it. And when it all comes together, this is a really impactful story about friendship. And in the end, I rooted for the two of them, and I wanted them to stay friends. And I think that's the biggest thing about The Climb is this whole film's an uphill climb against the awkwardness and sadness and just troubles and trials and roadblocks that we come across in life. And it's so nice to have Mike and Kyle there for each other along the way, the ups and the downs and all the awkwardness in between. And it's really technically put together and just such an enjoyable watch. I loved every second of this. And definitely go check this out on VOD right now. But those are my thoughts on The Climb. Let me know what you think, and let's talk some movies. But thank you as always for tuning in and supporting your Wasteland reviewer.